Blame Truth here, and there is absolutely nothing I can say in this intro that's going to prepare you for what you are about to hear in this particular commentary. I want everyone and their mother to see what the scumbag motherfuckers have done at Activision, Call of Duty, Blizzard, Microsoft, what have you. So if you guys could do me a solid and drop a like on this video and comment on it and even subscribe if you want, because any engagement pushes this out into the algorithm. And again, everyone, as a gamer, I don't care if you like Call of Duty or not, everyone as a fucking gamer needs to see what I'm going to show you, because it's complete and utter bullshit. And the people that have sat idly by, twiddling their thumbs, fucking jerking off with their toxic positivity can kiss my ass, because you are the ones that inevitably cause stuff like this to happen. And it's only going to get worse. I told you it would get worse and it would be bad 5 years ago. Here we are. It's exactly how I said it would be. For the love of fucking Christ, just listen to me for once in your goddamn life. God, I'm getting hot. I'm sorry. I'm already getting hot. The video hasn't even started. But guys, let me just take you on a little roller coaster ride of utter bullshit from this trillion-dollar company that gets their feelings hurt and then uses their money and power to bully individuals, normal people like you and I. So without further ado, let's just stop fucking talking and get right on into the meat and potatoes, because I am pissed off and I got a lot I want to get off my chest. So let me start with an appetizer here. Just recently, Charles Bartholomew Intel said this on Twitter. He said, Call of Duty has the highest rate of players searching for cheats according to new data by Surfshark. The top 10 also includes Rocket League, Rainbow Six Siege, and Marvel Rivals, while Valorant is one of the least searched. I'm not sure if Charles is getting paid by Valorant to mention that, but there you go. For further context, for Call of Duty, reportedly 66 players out of every 1,000 is searching for cheats. If we multiply that to 10,000, that's 660 players. If you run into, 10,000 players in a week, 660, give or take, will be cheating in your fucking Call of Duty matches. Oh, but the poor trillion-dollar company, the twillion-dollar company, they can't handle any criticism. They can't handle any objective data. They have to clap back and make sure they're looking pristine. Their image has to look so good for everyone out there, because their sales are down like 60% from last year. Not because they made a shitty game. Oh no, because Charles Bartholomew Intel and Surfshark are out to get them by publishing irrefutable, factual fucking evidence that their game is shit. They reply to this claim on Insider Gaming's article for some reason, not Charlie Intel's post, and they say, a study with no real cheat data. This is search data. Kind of like search and destroy. Very clever. You managed to correlate searching for cheats to your game mode, which is filled with cheaters. Bravo. But let's give them a slow clap, golf clap for the fucking geniuses over there running the X account. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I search in Google, for example, big titty black bitches, I am not looking to do anything but see that which I have searched for. Correct? I have an intention with that search. If I search up, how to thread a needle while wearing boxing gloves, it's clear that something terrible has happened, and I used the super glue in my house instead of the hand sanitizer before hitting the heavy bag, and my pants ripped right at the crotch during the procedure. Yeah, I am searching with intention. I am searching for a reason. I don't just search, Taylor Swift talking for 30 minutes because I have no fucking interest in it. I don't want to hear her talking about how I should use paper straws while she takes her fucking jet to a Starbucks and pollutes the atmosphere. Like, how do they not realize that this makes them look terrible? It makes them look like shit. And people reply and nearly ratio them. Hunter says, people are searching up cheats because they are buying them to use in the game. Plug in your brain. The fact that you felt obligated to respond is more telling than the comment. I'm sorry, these social media managers, the people running these accounts, are just brain dead. They probably wrote this while doing yoga and stretching their asshole like goatsy. Yeah, this move is just taking the yoga teacher world by storm. They're implementing it everywhere. I need to calm down, guys. I'm gonna run a quick ad, and then I will be right back with the big news. But I need to let my blood pressure ease up a little bit. Speaking of yoga teachers, though, they drink this ceremonial cacao stuff, Swiss Miss, basically, and it's just overpriced and doesn't do anything. It's only got 40 milligrams of flavanols, but today's sponsor has 1,200 milligrams of flavanols, and if you don't know what flavanols do, you are in for a treat because this stuff's going to change your life. Black Forest Supplements has pharmaceutically extracted flavanols, no metals, no fat, no spiritual bullshit. Put it in your coffee, put it in your milk, and cook with it, or just raw dog it. Listen to it, what Rhonda Patrick has to say. She is considered one of the top independent science educators in the world. Check this out.
And those who drank a beverage that had flavanol-rich cocoa in it 3 times a day for 6 months were able to walk 46 yards further in a 6-minute walking test compared to those that drank the placebo beverage. And so it was shown that the improvement in their walking ability was a consequence to increased blood flow in their calves and also improved muscle function. So that was a super interesting study. There was another study that was actually done in young, healthy males that showed that dark chocolate improve their cycling. So basically those that had dark chocolate were able to cycle 17% farther in the same amount of time than those that had the placebo control, which was white chocolate. The study also showed that they basically didn't need to consume as much oxygen to basically cycle farther as well.
That's right, guys. Black Forest cocoa, flavanols and flavonoids, nitric oxide boosters, cardio performance, heart health, made in the good old US of A. This is ceremonial cacao put on steroids. Harvard studied this with 21,000 people. This isn't some shaman in Guatemala. Actual results, 27% reduction in heart attacks. You can't make it up. I put a link to the study in the description so you can check it out yourself. I tried ceremonial cacao once. I sat in a circle with a bunch of hippies, paid $70, and I didn't feel a damn thing. Thank you to my ex-girlfriend for taking me along for that one. If you're tired of wellness scams, here's the actual science, and cheaper than one ceremony. Black Forest just launched their biggest deal of the year, and it's insane. 50% off on their best-selling cocoa formula, available for 48 hours only. Cocoa prices keep skyrocketing. I just covered Reese's changing their recipe because of that, and it's just only going to get more expensive, so don't expect prices to ever be this cheap again. If you've been thinking of trying it, act now. Once 48 hours pass, this promo is going to be gone, and prices will go up again. Stock up before it's gone forever. Take control of your health before someone else does it for you. Alright guys, welcome back to the video. The irony of plugging something that'll help regulate blood pressure and keep your heart healthy while my blood pressure raises in this video is not lost on me. But regardless, BFS, high flavanol cocoa, good stuff. I recommend it. Let's get back to the meat and potatoes, though. Let's cover the main course here. You might be thinking, like, hey, Call of Duty responding to this. It's just damage control. It's not a big deal. It's nothing to get upset about, despite the fact that they keep blowing smoke up our ass in regards to the cheating situation, which I'll cover that a little bit later because I want to get right on into the main bit of news here. They came after the Ghost of Hope. I have referenced the Ghost of Hope so many times in these videos, and I'm not kidding. $1 trillion with a T dollar company went after one single individual. And what do I mean by went after? It's best if I just show you exactly what the Ghost of Hope said, and you can draw your own conclusions. Check this out. So Hope says, and this is not a joke, by the way, it's well before April 1st, Activision has legally demanded that I stop leaking and disseminating confidential information related to Call of Duty / Activision, and I am complying with their demands. Still gonna stick around and chat about official Call of Duty info and anything not related to leak / confidential information. Cheers for these past few years. When I first read this, I thought it would be just some joke. I thought it would be a joke. There is no way a $1 trillion company has legally told an individual to stop writing things out on Twitter. That's what they did. This comes after the fact that they've denied all of his claims, which means that they must be true, right? Because it doesn't make any fucking sense otherwise. So which is it? Call of Duty. You know, I really thought about this, and it's clear as day. It's clear as day that they got so fucking butthurt when the Ghost of Hope said that Modern Warfare 4 will just be a glorified reskin of Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2 2022 Electric Boogaloo. It's Dorban time. They got so fucking pissed at that they apparently internally changed things about the game just so that when they denied the rumor, they would appear like they weren't lying to your fucking faces. And by you, I mean the community as a whole. This person says it best. Evil Cast says, Activision spent years letting leakers build hype for free marketing, and now they're cracking down because someone spoiled the next $70 reskin. Incredible business strategy. I'm going to say this and put me on record for this because I don't really give a fuck. In fact, I got an email just recently from a viewer of mine who said that he appreciated that I don't give a fuck. I told people that watch TikTok and are used to short form content to stop telling me to shorten my videos, get to the point, what have you. I told them to go pound sand, basically. And this guy wrote me an email saying he really appreciated the fact that I had the balls to do that because no one else will. So I'm going to have the balls again to say this, and I'm going to say this, and I want everyone to listen to me, okay? If you still go to bat for this franchise, if you still go to bat for the Call of Duty devs and Activision Blizzard and this billion/trillion-dollar company, you are in the wrong. You are a terrible person by proxy. I have uncovered the Activision CEO being in bed with Jeffrey Epstein. I have showed you countless examples of them shutting down fan-made projects, cease and desisting fan-made community projects, which just aim essentially to make the old games safe to play because they're no longer safe to play. That's another video for another day, but in the meantime, I will just say, do not play any of the old Call of Duties as of right now because there is a terrible exploit going on. Regardless though, back to the point, they have censored people and lied to you and gaslit you. They have been community noted publicly on Twitter. They have lied dozens upon dozens of times. We're probably hitting the 3 digits mark for the amount of lies they've told over the years. If you still go to bat for these people, you are either the biggest fucking loser of all time or a fucking idiot. And by proxy, you are a colossal piece of shit. Morally, spiritually, you are atrocious. I don't really care if people like me or what I'm saying up here or not. There are hundreds, if not thousands of people that make up shit about me all the time or talk shit about me or whatever. But the fact of the matter is, I do not give a single fuck. I do not. I don't care about these people. It doesn't matter what you do. I could find the cure for cancer and someone will still find some way to shit on me. I do not care. You cannot avoid people shitting on you. The best thing you can do is make sure the people that are shitting on you are the biggest fucking losers on planet Earth. That's all you can do. I'm pretty happy with the audience I've cultivated and the detractors that I've cultivated because they both play a role in my specific ecosystem, if we're being honest here. The problem with Call of Duty is that everyone with a functioning brain that isn't a Discord-addicted, jobless twat doesn't like them. The only fans they have left are the ultra casuals and those types of which I just described. To go after, legally speaking, someone who probably makes average income, if they sue him, they would get, $60,000 if they're lucky, to go after this, $1 trillion company going after this person is the most petty thing I have ever seen. I don't condone it, but I can kind of see why they don't want people making safe, quote unquote, mods and things like that of their old games because they're wanting to just nickel and dime everyone to death. They don't want you to even consider playing an old game, and they leave them unsafe on purpose, and they take down any new game on purpose, so you're forced to buy this year's current fucking slop. But the fact that they have tried to silence a motherfucker gets my blood boiling the way it's never boiled fucking before. Positive or negative, let people fucking speak their goddamn minds. It would be like me trying to shut down everyone who's ever said something bad about me. Except no, it's not like that at all. It's so much worse because these people are more rich and powerful than everyone I've personally ever known. And yet they get so butthurt because at their core, they are just garbage, sociopathic, soulless narcissists whose claim to fame when they get buried in the fucking ground will be that they made a lot of money for a bunch of island visiting greedy corporate scumbags. That's it. That's your claim to fame. You have offered nothing positive to society except making everything worse and pulling the wool over the eyes of the idiots. I have been calling it out for so long, and I have reached my breaking point where I am completely and utterly unfiltered. And if you guys like this rant I just gave you, do me a solid. Again, like this video, subscribe, comment, whatever, because everyone needs to hear exactly what I am saying. This is the most disgusting thing I think I have ever covered regarding Activision Blizzard, and I have covered some heinous stuff. This is intentional. A lot of stuff might be unintentional. The Activision CEO going to Epstein Island, that's not, anyone below him has nothing to do with that. The woman who got sexually harassed in the workplace and ended up, unfortunately, losing her life by her own hand, that's not all of the employees or whatever. But this particular thing right here comes from the top, and it's intentional. And everyone below them on the ladder knows about it. They're aware of it, and they still continue to work there and peddle you bullshit and peddle you lies. They are silencing individuals right now. And it's just... It's beyond my comprehension. All of this, by the way, because they are sad. Oh, the $1 trillion company is sad that they lost 60% of their sales from last year. How about you make a good game, stop nickel and diming your customers to death, and actually listen to the community for once in your fucking life? It's like tricking us doesn't work anymore. Pulling the wool over our eyes and lying to us and gaslighting us and using every dirty, disgusting, underhanded trick in the book does not work anymore. And you are forced to make a good game or we're not going to buy your slop. That's it. And yet they still won't do that. But the saga's not over. They had more to say. Yes, the Call of Duty Twitter account actually responded to this. And I just need to show you guys this stuff to play us out here. Because at the very least, pretty much everyone still involved in this franchise is speaking out against their lies and deceit. So let's cover the Twitter drama, shall we? So T-Dog said, so if Call of Duty is shutting down Ghost of Hope, was he right about everything? Call of Duty, again, denies that the Ghost of Hope was leaking truthful things. So it doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. Their response, even when things are wrong, they still hurt the people building the game and mess with player expectations. Everyone is against this. Everyone just calls out this terrible, terrible logic because it's bullshit. This guy says, bro, the only people hurting the game is your own team. Hunter says, nothing messed with my expectations more than being told directly from the creators of the game that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 was going to be a special game set in the Gulf War. Posting like this through the official account to go after a singular person reporting information is disgusting. Yet your hype trailers and false advertising do more harm than the leaks to the players, as you advertise something completely different to what the actual game really is. Then do better. People spend money on your product and can demand and expect more. It's cutthroat, but also necessary to keep your players interested long term. Leakers bring the hype, and it shows the dev team the expectations. Feedback from the community on leaks should be a tool for the devs to determine whether what they are doing is good or bad, and the list goes on and on and on. What's so funny about this, what's so funny about seeing the replies to Call of Duty here, is a lot of these people I am covering in this image, in these images, were people that were telling me to stop complaining years ago. I've had interactions with some of these people, and they've told me, stop complaining, you're too negative, yada yada. Clearly, I was not negative enough. Where were you when I was calling out this exact same thing you are criticizing the company for 3-4 years ago? You were sitting there with your thumb up your ass, taking the paycheck of making videos on the game for your audience or whatever. Or in some cases, just making tweets talking about the game. Now that the money is dried up, now that the golden goose has stopped laying the eggs, and you are experiencing your pocketbook being hurt, your purse being affected, now you want to say something. Now you want to jump on the train that I started back in 2019. And I'm not talking about Foley here if you're wondering, but some of the other people in the images. I don't understand what has taken you so long. There is such a thing. There is such a thing as toxic positivity. If we are getting shot at, if me and my family are getting shot at by a crazed gunman, I'm not going to sit there and say, hey, don't worry about it. Everything's going to be all right. No, I'm going to be like, get your fucking head down. I'm going to do my best to save your life because this situation sucks. I am so sick. I'm so sick of pretending things are good, people lying that things are good. I have no respect for people like that anymore. I do not care if you think I'm too negative or whatever. If anything, I have not been negative enough because I was exactly right. And I had some people saying in my last video, BT, stop saying you were right constantly in your videos. I have to say I was right constantly in my videos so you are reminded who you are watching here. I have been right for the past 6 years on basically everything except predicting that something would overtake Call of Duty, because every single series or franchise or dev team or studio or publisher that I thought would overtake Call of Duty dropped the ball worse than Call of Duty did in some weird fucking turn of events, okay? So there you go. That is what I have been wrong on. But as far as everything right, it's pretty much all of my Call of Duty predictions. And I'm telling you right now, I do not think this next game is going to be anything but an absolute disaster from beginning to end. I don't know about you guys, but I have no interest in playing the games or discussing the games or seeing what they come up with gameplay-wise. I gave up on that years ago. What I am interested in is seeing how badly they continue to fall, seeing how deep they continue to dig their own disgusting graves. And with that, guys, I'm out of time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, like I said again, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Any sort of engagement helps push this out. And I appreciate you. I really do. Overall, I mean, I could have different opinions to people. I can have different opinions to my peers, and I can say, hey, why weren't you negative before? But the fact of the matter is, you can say what you want. You have that freedom of speech. This, what I covered today, is taking away that freedom, and it is inexcusable, and it's only going to get worse unless you call it out. If you have a platform, listen to me what I'm saying. Call it out. Cover this news and let it be known so everyone knows. These motherfuckers have gotten away with this for way too long, and they just crossed the line. I'm out of time. I hope you enjoyed. I'm out. Goodbye.